There it is. Guys, we are working with a new platform tonight, so bear with me. I'm getting us together. All right. So we are here. We are live. Welcome to Mindset Monday, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in the room. As you come on in, say hello to me. Come on in. Make sure you let me know you're in here. Like I said, guys, I'm using a new platform tonight. So if we have some hiccups, you just, let me know in the comments and I'll get us together. But welcome, guys. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if everything's sounding and looking okay for you on your end. I'm also in a new space today. I'm trying out some new areas in the house too. I want to see what works and what doesn't. So I'm just giving you guys a second to come on in. Welcome to Mindset Monday, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Mom. I can see you in the room. All right. Come and get their detox. I hear you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I'm just giving you guys a few seconds to come on in, get settled in before we get started on today's Mindset Monday. I'm really excited about it. Mindset Mondays come to me extremely organically too. I do plan them out in advance, but a lot of times I will, let God just lead me where he wants me to go. And that's what I'm doing today, guys. So I have Mindset Monday. As you saw, the topic is dropping weight, the benefits of a detox. Hi, Sharonda. So the benefits of a detox, that's what we're talking about today. So if you know me personally, if you don't know me, you guys know that I have dropped about 130 pounds over the past year, but I've dropped a whole lot more than that. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about that tonight. Thank you, Mom. Yeah, and do that. So you guys saw me looking down for a minute. I had to make sure we had everything all together. But yes, so we are doing Mindset Monday, dropping weight, talking about detoxing and what that means. I'm going to give us just maybe a few more moments to go ahead and get on in the room, get started. This reminds me of my paparazzi days, y'all. I haven't been live with y'all in like a couple of years like this in this regard, but I love it. I'm back. I love talking to you guys. So I'm here. Come on in the room. Come on in. Come on in. Also, another disclaimer, I have a 3-year-old who just got his brand new toddler bed. So whether he is in that bed or not, I don't know. But if you hear him bumping above my head, then we're going to ignore that, okay? Because that's just how it goes. But welcome to Mindset Monday, guys. I'm so happy y'all here. All right. So, hey, Sharonda. Hey, y'all. If you are going to enjoy Mindset Monday with me, make sure you share the video, give me some love, some hearts, and all that good jazz. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. So basically, yes. So as I started off talking to you guys before, over the past year in 2021, I left Detroit and I moved to Georgia. And when I got to Georgia, listen, I don't know what it is that they have in the food down here. I don't know what it is they're doing in these fast food restaurants, but my weight, I was already overweight, but my weight went from like here to like here. So I don't know what I was when I left Detroit. I was probably like in the higher 280s, but I know by the time I ended up finding a doctor in January of 2022, I was 313 pounds. And I was like, oh, Lord, my weight to reach my area code. It's the whole problem out here, okay? So at that point, I was like, all right, it's time. It's time. We got to do something about this. Being in my later 30s, having a 3-year-old or a 2-year-old at the time that I needed to chase around, I was just feeling it and I just was not happy with it. So I'm just like, listen, no matter what, I don't care what happens. I don't care what it looked like. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to give myself 30 minutes a day. And that's of working out. I'm going to give myself 30 minutes a day. And then on top of that, I'm going to count my calories. Those are the two things that I started doing in January of 22. And I'm like, something has to work, right? Like something got to give, something got to work. I got to do something. So that's what I started doing. I started counting calories. I started giving myself 30 minutes a day. I joined the gym. It was literally right down the street from my house. So I'm like I said, I'm new to Georgia. I don't know where stuff is located, but all I do know is stuff that's around my house. I can find it. I can get quick access to it. So that's what I did. I started working out 30 minutes a day, eating right, counting calories. I was limiting myself, I think, to between like 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day. I wanted to drastically reduce the calories I was taking in. It started to work. I went to the doctor and I said, hey, doc, I've been on this journey for a long time. I have been on this weight loss journey for a while. I feel like I have been yo-yoing my entire life. Like, what else do I need to do in order to drop this weight? I had thought about weight loss surgery before and I chickened out. I was scared because I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I went to a consultation at a certain hospital in the city. And when I went to this consultation, the surgeon walked in. You know how they have the white coats on? This surgeon's white coat was dirty. He had like spots on it, and I was like, yeah, no, we're not doing this. If you gonna walk in this room with a dirty white coat, no, you can't operate on me. We're not doing surgery. So I chickened out at that time, but here we are, 2022. I'm back at it. I'm like, all right, we're gonna try this again, right? So I talked to my doctor and she says, you know what? I think you're an excellent candidate for weight loss surgery. I think this will work for you. And at this time, y'all, I had already reached my threshold. I was like, if I ever hit 300 pounds, I'm done. And I hit that spot. So I was done. So with that, I ended up, she gave me a surgeon. I met the surgeon. His white coat was not dirty. He was amazing. He was out of Alpharetta. I will always big up Dr. Brendan Curtis. He was the bomb. And he sat down and he talked to me. He was like, listen, first things first, I love that you're here and I love that you're taking initiative with your weight. But I'm going to tell you this, I don't need your money. And I'm like, huh? You gonna give it to me for free? But no, that's not what he meant. He meant was like, I don't need your money. I'm not anxious to cut on you. I would rather make sure that you are going to do the right things that you need to do in order to properly lose weight before I just put you on the table and cut on you because you're gonna be back in the same predicament. So what do you want to do? Are you serious about this or are you not? So when he approached me with that, I was like, oh, let's do it then. Yeah, you serious? I'm serious. We're serious. We're gonna do this together. So let's do it. So I went ahead with the process. I ended up getting surgery on May 18th of 2022. It's a day I will never forget. And then from there, it was on and popping. So one of the things that Dr. Curtis told me once I got my surgery was what this does is it resets not only, of course, drastically decreases the amount of food that you can take in at any given time, but it also gives your body a reset. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by reset? So what he says is it gives you a hormonal reset. So kind of just like when your hormones are all out of whack because you're overweight, your body's used to taking in all these calories. So your body is going to do a drastic reset so we can get used to the lower amount of calories that it's bringing in. So I said, okay, that's interesting. And sure enough, when I went through this reset and after surgery, I went through a big hormonal shift. I noticed myself getting mad. Like, why am I mad at this small thing? My family, I remember I bought some bagels. My family ate the bagels. I was pissed because my family ate the bagels. But guess who can't eat bagels? Me. So like, we're just sitting up here mad for no reason for, right? It was all the hormonal shift. It's something that I had to get used to. My husband, my poor husband, my poor daughter, they had to get used to it. But listen, they went through that right with me. So they were good. Okay. I don't know who's ringing my doorbell at 8:00 at night, but look, it is what it is. Anyway, but my poor family, they had to go through it with me, right? And it was okay. So with that, I went through the surgery and my weight started dropping beautifully. I kept up my weight loss regimen as far as like eating, watching what I was eating, going to the gym, going to the gym, going to the gym. So bringing on to present day, from keeping up my weight loss regimen and from going to the gym, following my surgeon and doing exactly what he has told me to do, from all of those things, here I am today, 130 pounds lighter. Something I never, ever, 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 ever thought that I would be able to do. But with the surgery and with the help of committing to myself, and not only just like the surgery, like legit committing to myself, I was able to successfully drop the weight. But it brings me to a conversation that I was having. Thanks, Mom. It brings me to a conversation that I was having with someone last week. If you guys don't know, I did post this, but I am one of the founding members of the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce. So we had a luncheon last week, and we were talking about weight and we were talking about weight loss. And one of my really, really good workout buddies, she was talking about how one of the first things that she does, shout out to you, Ebony, and because I don't know if you're in here, but shout out to you, girl. One of the first things that she does is a detox. Now, she didn't have weight loss surgery, but she was talking about detoxing, and that's kind of what she does. And so we also started to talk about how detoxes affect your life and the different things that you do. So her particular detox, she does a cleanse. So she does a juicing cleanse. So she'll do, I don't know if you guys have heard of JJ Smooth's green smoothie cleanse. That's what she likes to do. I've done it before. It's great. It does clean you out. It kind of gives your body a reset. But then it made me start thinking about like spiritually. So we started talking about how not only do you have to detox your body, but you got to detox your life. You got to detox your spirit. You got to detox your people. Like everything that's around you needs a detox when you're trying to make a shift in life and when you're trying to change in life. So that kind of brought me around to Mindset Mondays because I'm like, when I went through this shift with my weight loss change, I did a big hormonal shift, which was what the surgery forced my body to do, was its own basic natural detox so I could get a reset. And it made me think, how long have I been doing a detox for real? I think about the different people and the different habits and the different things that I have had or been around in my life. And I'm like, thinking about some of those things that I had to shed in order to make it to where I am today. Because if I would have held on to it, I might not necessarily be where I am today. So like, if you think about cleansing yourself, when you think about starting yourself anew, when you think about just redoing and resetting and hitting the reset button on everything, you like, what did my life look like before? And what does my life look like afterwards? So I took this and I applied it to myself. And I'm like, all right, before weight loss, before detox, before I had to clean up my friendship circles, before I had to get rid of bad habits, what did my life look like? What did I look like? What did I feel like? Physically, when you need a detox, you feel it. You feel sluggish. Your energy is low. You're moving kind of slow. You don't have that mental clarity. You're thirsty. You're hungry all the time. And so you're continuously thirsty. So you reach for anything. You're hungry for anything. But think about when your spirit needs a detox and when your mind needs a detox and when that's hungry, when your mind is hungry, when your spirit is hungry, when it's left thirsty, you reach for anything. So when we start to reach for anything, we start to pick up everything. And I don't think everything is meant for us. So there are certain people that can do certain things just fine and they can get away with it. But you can't. Prime example, I'll bring it back to health. I'm lactose intolerant. My whole entire family, I'm the only one. My mom, my sister, my brothers, they all listen, dairy, they can get with it, right? For me, can't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Okay. It's gonna tear me up. Same thing. You see somebody who is in your life and they may get away with scheming and scamming and, oh, I can get away with this, or I can take a corner, a little shortcut and go here instead of doing it the right way. But for you, you always get caught, right? Everybody has their own path to walk. So when you're walking and you're navigating life, you're like, man, man, like, why can't I get away with such and such get away with? Because everything is not meant for you. But when your spirit is thirsty, when your mind is thirsty, when your soul is hungry and thirsty, you're reaching for anything. You grabbing at anything. And when you reach for anything, you'll pick up everything. And then you look like what? A trash can. Because we throw everything in the trash can, right? But your body, your mind, your spirit is not a trash can. So you can't put everything in it. So when I think about like detox, and I'm like, wow, let's take a step back. Let's take a look at that and look at what that truly means for you. What it means to really clear up a detox, what it means to clear up the negative energy, what it means to clear your space, what it means to clear out the people, what it means to clear out the negative habits and the negative things. It looks like your mind is more clear. You can start to make decisions with clarity, with assuredness, where that you know what you're doing. You can start to make those decisions at that point when you start that detox. Same thing happened for me, and I brought up my weight loss story because it's relatable. So things that I could not do before, I can absolutely do now. Feeling sluggish, having no energy, nope, that's all cleared up. Because I needed to get that detox. I needed to go ahead and push and usher myself into the next realm, physically. But not only did I do that physically, I did that mentally as well. And again, when you are in one space, you feel sluggish, you still feel stuck. But then when you move to the other place of just really clearing out your friendship circle and really clearing up those bad habits, that is a detox that you need for your mind, your soul, your body. It really covers you all the way around. I will drop the name of that drink in the comments. Actually have it via email. I'll send it over to you. But yeah, so you have to clear all that stuff up. So again, making me think about just like the benefits of having a detox. I also had somebody recently ask me too about just like, oh, my friendship circle and how can, I make sure that I'm okay with my self-esteem when my friendship circle is low. Guys, watching who you have around you, clearing up your space. So sometimes that detox doesn't necessarily look like something that's within you. It could be something that's around you, right? So if you have a home, let's say for instance, that you try to come home to, but every time you pull in the driveway, you just get depressed and you're like, ugh, I can't do this. I can't do this. I need to sit in the car for a few minutes before I walk in. What is it in your home that needs to go? Right? Because your home is supposed to be that place of refuge. Your home is supposed to be that place where you can lay your head and where you can rest and you can relax. But if you don't want to walk into your home, what is in your home that's forcing you to go away is something that might need to be moved. Right? Or you have that family member, and every single time you talk to that family member, you just feel drained. Like you just can't talk no more. It's like, I'm over it. Right? What are they pulling from you? All right. Because if you feel like that after being in someone's presence, guess what? They're sucking your energy. They're sucking everything that you have that's positive. They're pulling it out of you. When your body needs to be detoxed, you have toxins, you have poisons, you have different things that are running through you that are pulling from the good things in you, right? Same thing happens with people. When you have friends, every single time you talk to this friend, they have a problem or they're stuck into some drama. And then you listening to the drama, you like, oh, girl, what happened? And what did he do, girl? And what did you do next? Listen, when you have somebody who always has drama and things going on in their life, and then you start to experience drama, you're like, wait a minute, my life was going just fine. Now all of a sudden, my ears is falling out. I'm not doing my homework straight. Stuff just keeps happening to me here and there. My bills ain't paid. Like, wait a minute. So because you're pulling in that negative energy, that toxic energy. There is something about finding peace. All right, y'all. It's just so important. When you find your peace, it is a place that you get to that you will fight tooth and nail to keep. Okay. I thought I had peace before, but once I got peace for real, was when I let my last piece of toxic energy, I had to let go. And that was that weight. Had to let it go. Had to let it go. I will fight tooth and nail to make sure I'm never 313 pounds again. I will fight tooth and nail to always make sure that my circle is clean. I will fight tooth and nail to always make sure that my marriage is tight so I can come home to a house that I can actually like. So I can come home to a loving atmosphere, right? So just talking about just like the the toxicity that's around us, and how we have to detox it, and how we have to keep it pushing, and how we cannot continue to let just certain things and people spew and speak negativity over you and pull from you and pull from you and pull from you, right? That's toxic. So again, I know I said I was going to talk about the benefits of a detox, but I can talk about the benefits of a detox physically, but it's a whole lot deeper when you have a detox mentally and when you have a detox spiritually. For me, one of the things that best gives me the best detox, I got to have a clean area. I have to clean. I have to clean. I have to have a place to think. I have to have a clean slate to think. Now, some other people, they do it differently, but for me, I have to have a clean slate to think, and I got to have something to write with or something to write on. Always, 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 because that's a way for me to clear that path and clear that palette and clear my brain. If you find yourself all jumbled and like, oh, I can't concentrate. I don't know why I can't focus on one thing. I don't know why this is going that way. I don't know how I'm gonna solve this problem. I don't know how I'm gonna solve that problem. We got to take a second. We got to breathe. And we got to figure out, all right, what in my life is being a disruptor right now? And a lot of times it's hard to think about that when the disruptor is literally right in your face, or when the disruptor is in your home, or when that disruptor is close to you, or when you are the disruptor, or when your bad habit is the disruptor, right? Because it's not always somebody else. Sometimes it's us. It might not necessarily always be, oh, my friend said this, or my boyfriend did that, or my girlfriend did that. No, sometimes it's us. Sometimes we get in our own way. Sometimes it's that voice that we talked about last week, the voice that you hear all the time, 110% of the time is always you. So when you keep telling you that you can't do it, that's a disruptor. When you keep overthinking and when you keep doubting yourself, that's a disruptor. All right. When you scared and you like, I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. Nope, that's a disruptor. Do it anyway. Do it scared. Do it tired. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. So again, we got to get out of our own ways. So I'll give you a couple of tips, just a couple of takeaways, so you can start to go ahead and detox your life and detox your space and detox your energy and really start to pull in what you need to have a good and productive, just better life for you, just happiness. I am definitely the queen of just letting y'all live y'all best lives. I love to see people happy. I love to see people with purpose, and I love to see people winning. Like, that is my life's purpose, to pour into those people. I love to see you winning. So yeah, that problem of overthinking, I'm telling you, it'll stop you. So just talking about overthinking, and here's a few tools that I can give you guys. Number one, breathe. You got to get quiet. You got to get still. Even though you might hear Jackson bumping over my head right now. But no, you have to get quiet. You have to get still. You got to get in that quiet place. You ever tried to think about a master plan and you got the TV on, the radio going, kids yelling, people outside? You can't do all that. That's too much. Get to your quiet place. And you're like, what if Rashia, my quiet place ain't my home? Because right now, listen, it's just chaotic right now. I need you to take a drive. Take a drive, go to a library, get somewhere quiet. And I need you to be able to get somewhere where you can center yourself and you can safely close your eyes and you can breathe. All right. So this is one of those things, when you breathe, you become aware of everything that's around you. Become aware of your breathing patterns. Become aware of how you feel in that moment. Try to track your heart rate. Try to pay attention to how you feel. Your body, literally from the top of your head to the sole of your feet. Breathe. The second thing I want you to do, start writing. Start writing. I am a big component for writing, for journaling, because what it does is it takes the thoughts that are here and it puts them on paper. So when they come from here and then they go to paper, now we can start to establish a plan. Now we can at least, even if we don't get to the planning stage, we can figure out what the hell is wrong. Who's bothering me? What's wrong? How do I really feel? Right? Because when it comes to you and a blank sheet of paper, this can't lie to you. Oh, you can. But a blank sheet of paper, that's not gonna lie to you. If you the paper and that's it. You, the ink pen, piece of paper. That's it. Nothing can come between you, that ink pen, and that piece of paper. So you get to writing. Write down the things that even feel unreasonable. Like, why do I feel anxious today? What is the deepest part of me that's bothering me today? And sometimes it's the simplest stuff. The man cut me off at the light and that pissed me off. And you got to check yourself sometimes. Why did that piss me off so bad? Nah, something else. Because I know I'm not that petty to be mad at really all day for somebody cutting me off, right? So you have to really start to do these exercises with yourself and write down everything that's here, everything that's in your brain, everything that's in your emotions. Put it on paper because now you can see it. Instead of it just the thought popping in and popping back out. You ever have it when you're thinking about something, you're like, oh, I'm going to go do that. And then 10 seconds later, you forgot what it was. Nope, write it down. So now thoughts are not just running through your head. Now they're on paper. So now that you have everything written down on the paper, you can start to organize. You can start to say, okay, well, this thought right here makes no sense. And it's nothing that I can do about this here. Let me cross this off and keep it moving. There's nothing I can do about that. Let me get out with the Lord and keep it rolling, right? But this next thought over here, you know what? I could have done better on this. Let me figure out a plan for that. All right. I don't like the way such and such spoke to me in my home today. I need to address that. Let me write down my plan on what I'm gonna do. Because I'm gonna do this whether I'm scared, whether somebody gonna be mad at me, whether I don't want to do it or not. No, you got to do this if you want to go ahead and settle yourself and start really taking yourself from point A to point B so you can get rid of these toxins, so you can really detox yourself. You got to start to do that, right? You got to start to confront those things that scare you. The things that scare you are the things that really are those things that we need to address so we can go ahead and make it to that other side. All right. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to start writing. I want you to start getting quiet. The second big one that I have for you, and I promise you, I am a visual learner. I am a physical learner. I can read all of these things. But let me tell you, a clean space, we're going to call that one a bonus tip. A clean space, let me tell you, there is power in a clean space. Okay. My mom used to tell me this when I was little, and I didn't get it because I thought this was her trick just to make me clean my room. But as an adult, I find this to be true. When you have a junky room, you have a junky mind. She used to tell me that all the time. And I'm just like, okay, Mom, you just want me to clean my room. But no, it's right. It's so true. When your house is chaotic, when your room is chaotic, when your space is chaotic, so usually, so is your mind. But when you clean that space, when you organize that space, it helps you organize your mind better. Okay, guys? So take that as a bonus tip. Do what you want to do with that one, but there is power in being clean. All right? There, I promise you, there is. The second tip, the real big tip that I have for you, start to speak up for yourself. Start to speak up for yourself. We got to start setting boundaries, y'all. If somebody offends you, say something. It's okay. It's okay that they're gonna be mad. That's okay. Usually people who don't know when to stop and when they don't know when to cross boundaries, they're gonna be pissed that you went on and spoke up for yourself and yet you're stopping them at your boundaries. But guys, we gotta start to establish boundaries. You cannot let people treat you any kind of way. You cannot let people disrespect you. I had my entire life, I was always told, "Oh, you're too sensitive. Oh, you gonna cry at anything. You too sensitive. Can't nobody look at you. Can't nobody say nothing to you." Well, no, I have feelings just like the next person has feelings, right? So you can't say and do what you want to someone and then just expect for them to respect you at the end of the day or be your friend just off of the sake of who you are. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. We got to start speaking up for ourselves because a lot of stuff we let slide just for the sake of trying to keep peace. No, speak up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. And when you stand up for yourself, it doesn't even have to be an argument all the time either. It doesn't have to be that. But it could be to say, hey, listen, here's how I feel about this situation. I understand that you don't feel that way, but here's how I feel about it. And in my space, in my time right now, we're not going to talk about this any further. I don't wish to have this conversation with you anymore. And then we walk, right? I've had to do that, especially being a new mom. I've had to do that several times. Hey, thank you for the information, but I got it from here. I got this from here. All right. When it comes to my marriage, I'm very protective over that because again, that's my peace. That's my home. Right. So if you're speaking bad on that, you're not going to meet a nice Rashia, but I'm definitely going to speak up for it. When it comes to my family, I'm definitely going to speak up for my family. When it comes to my mother, my husband, my children, I'm speaking up for them. I am. There is a very hard boundary that I set around my family. You cannot cross that boundary. And that is what it is. There's a hard boundary that I set with myself in certain things. There are certain things we just can't do. We just can't do. We're not going to do. We're not going to talk about. We're not going to do that. So yeah, you got to speak up. You have to start to speak up for yourself, because what happens is somebody can come and then they'll spew negativity at you, and then they're going on about their day. But then now that they've spewed this negativity, you've taken it and you've internalized it. So now you sitting up there with your heart aching all day long, and this person is going on about their business. They ain't even thought twice. Honestly, they don't even know what they said. Sometimes people really don't even know that what they said annoyed you or crossed the boundary with you. And guess what will happen? They'll continue to cross that boundary because you haven't said anything. And then you let time go by, and then a year go by, and then you start to speak up. And they're like, oh, such and such acting funny. No, I'm not acting funny. I'm setting my boundary. I'm standing up for myself at this point, right? So we have to make sure that hey, draw that line in the sand. This is your personal life. This is your personal space. These are your feelings, and you have to be protective of those. All right. So definitely make sure you speak up for yourself. The other thing, number 3, do not be afraid to clear that inventory. Don't be afraid to clear your inventory, honey. I have had friends come and go. I have been in different parts of my life that, certain things were okay. But then when you grow, certain friends don't want you to grow. So they try to hold certain things over your head. Let me tell you something. If they're not helping you grow, then they got to go. Oh, I got bars today. But no, seriously though, if they're not helping you grow, then they really got to go. Don't be afraid to clear your inventory. And I'm not talking about just friends. I'm talking about family members, whoever threatens your growth. They gotta go. They gotta go. We cannot be afraid to say, listen, I love you, but I'm gonna love you from right here. I'm gonna love you from here, because the energy that you're pushing over here, that's not conducive for my growth. All the negative comments that you keep saying, that's not conducive for my growth. That's not helping me in any way, shape, or form. You want to keep rehashing the past, and you want to keep going over what happened back in the day. We're not going to do that. It has nothing to do with what I am and who I am today. Then we're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. And I wish you well, and I love you, but we're going to keep it moving to the next, because we can't have that. So guys, do not be afraid to refresh your inventory. Do not be afraid to hit the reset on who it is that you hang around. When I changed my circle, I literally changed my life. There's a significant difference between the people that I used to hang out with and the people that I hang out with now. And there is also a difference in the way that we communicate. Even my besties, my crew right now, I do not talk to those individuals on a daily basis. They know that we are out here living life. They know that I have a family. They know that I have businesses. And I know the same thing for them. But when I talk to them, it's nothing but love. It's all good, right? But you have sometimes those people that feel your energy, and then they want to attach to you. So they lean on you, and they're dependent on you. So they have to talk to you every single day. They need to be all in your business. They need to know every inch of your life. Or if they don't know all that stuff, oh, then we ain't friends no more. Such and such acting funny. Come on now. Come on now. Okay, Rena, listen. Listen. I'm happy I'm able to deliver tonight. But yeah, so you have to be able to say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and clear this path. I'm gonna go ahead and clear this inventory here, because it's not serving me well. Think about oil and water. You know what I'm saying? In order for the oil to rise, it has to separate from the water, right? If you want to elevate, you have to separate. And you cannot be afraid to do it. You cannot be afraid to do it, because that leads us back to our other tip, which is what? Setting boundaries. And honestly, once you start to set those boundaries, those people are going to start moving anyway, because they're going to say, such and such acting weird. They ain't acting like they used to. You doggone right, I'm not acting like I used to. I am not the same person. I remember when I graduated high school, we had our yearbook. And you know how everybody signed your yearbook? Like, oh my God, keep in touch. Don't ever change. Oh, do this, do that. I had looked at my yearbook not too long ago. And they're like, don't change, don't change, don't change. People legit expect for you not to change and remain the same. And they want to keep you in the bubble that they created you to be in. Mm-mm. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm not going to stay in the bubble that you create for me because your vision ain't even big enough to keep me going. You can't even see the plans that I have for myself. You can't even see the plans that God has for me, but you want me to stay in this bubble? Come on now. Come on now. We're gonna keep that moving. So I have been one. I'm not afraid to say peace. I'm not afraid to say peace. And then because I know a lot of my audience is women too, can we talk about relationships in that regard too? Can we just touch on it just a little bit in that regard too? Y'all, who we lay down with, who we choose to be with, that will literally affect you the rest of your life. I know I have a very, very young following on TikTok. Y'all, let me listen. I got about 8,000 followers on TikTok. So I'm gonna tell y'all this right now, especially my young ladies, my older ladies, any of my ladies. Listen, who you choose to link with matters. It's not just sex. It's not. It's not just sex. It's not just laying down. No, it's not just like, oh, I'm gonna just sleep with him real quick, or I'm gonna just cuddle up with him real quick, or I'm gonna text him, I'm gonna give him a little bit of my energy. Listen. It matters. It matters. It matters. Because what happens is when you lay down with this person, you exchange energy with this person, you exchange fluids with this person. And then again, remember how I talked about who you are around, and you're pulling in their energy, they're pulling in your energy. You have those energy pullers and those energy stealers. Hello, relationships work the same way. Relationships work the same way. I break this down when I talk about relationships too, because men, they're built externally. Women, we are built internally. So they literally have to enter your private space. They are entering your private space in order to get something from you. Think about that. When we really take sex and really think about it for what it is, they are literally entering your space. Your space. That's so sacred, right? So when they are entering your space, oh, baby, you opening them up to whatever it is that you have. And then you open the door to whatever it is that they have because you are receiving this person. Okay. So when we are talking about just letting people go, and then when you done with them and he done pissed you off and you're like, oh my God, I just keep going back to such and such, and I just know he do me wrong, but girl, I just can't. Because now you've got this tie to this person that you can't break. You're spiritually connected to this person and you don't know why. Baby, it takes work to get that. It takes work to unravel that. It does. So this is why I say when you decide who you want to link up with, be selective. I highly encourage women, be selective of who it is that you choose to be with. If you see a red flag, don't turn it yellow. Don't turn it green. If it's red for a reason. It's really red for a reason. Don't turn it yellow. Don't turn it green. Pay attention to those red flags. Pay attention to those things. And you will have a lot of men. I had one guy out. I'm laughing because this person is literally like still single today. But I had this one guy tell me, he was like, who you think you are demanding that a dude open the door for you? Ain't nobody about to be doing all that. Like you asking for too much. Opening the doors. Ain't no real man gonna do all that. Be opening doors and serving you hand and foot. Man, come on. Okay, sure. I'm glad you feel that way. If that's not what you want to do, that's cool. But let me tell you this boundary that I'm setting and this standard that I'm setting for myself. Because listen, I understand who I end up with is going to affect the rest of my life. And if something as simple as opening a door bothers you, brother, you're not for me. Because if you ain't gonna open the door, that means you're not gonna take care of me and my heart. And we ain't even gonna talk about, let alone paying the bills and taking care of a family. We're gonna put that to the side. You don't care about me enough to even be a man to open the door. Boy, man, you don't get out of my face right now. I've had plenty of men that I've literally turned around because you didn't fit my standard, and there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of times we keep telling women, oh, relax your standards. This whole thing with Tyler Perry that just recently surfaced, and he was telling women that they got to hold the household down and all that. Listen, if this is not in your cards, if you ain't able to do that, you ain't gonna put up with that from no man. Listen, y'all. It's the certain stuff you don't have to put up with. You have to set that boundary, and you have to be able to tell them goodbye when that person no longer serves you, or is not serving you properly, or if you cannot grow together. And I also talk about relationships in terms of this too. My husband and I were not always on the best of terms. We didn't start off like the bestest relationship ever in the whole wide world. We grew together though, and we allowed for space for each other to grow. Okay, so you have to allow that space to grow. You have to allow growth when it comes to being with somebody. Okay, but you also have to be very selective of who you choose to lay down with, who you choose to take a chance with. All right, so definitely pay attention to those things. All right, so don't be afraid to cut that tie. Do not be afraid to sever that connection. Guys, speak up for yourself. Make sure that you are standing up for yourself. For real. Also, when it comes to detoxing too, guys, pay attention to what you pull into your vision. So I will share this with you. I'm very careful about what I watch, what I listen to. Scary movies for me is a no-no, not just because of the simple fact that I just don't like them and I scare easy. Like I'm not doing that. But a lot of these scary movies, they just are outright demonic. So that's just not something I allow in my household. Now, my husband, he likes scary movies. So for him, that's fine. But you're going to go to the movies and watch that. I don't even allow that in my house. So I pay attention to what I read, what I watch. Even right now on social media, we get especially on TikToks, we get those quick hits a lot of times. And so you kind of find yourself on a rabbit hole going through. And then after you watch it, you just find yourself so depleted. What did I just watch? What did I just go through? And now then you try to go to sleep and you can't go to sleep because you're thinking about something you done seen. Listen, we have to be careful about what we let enter our space through what we're watching, what we're listening to. We have to be very mindful of that, be very careful of that. Everything just cannot fly. I am a firm believer that there are things attached to certain aspects of this world that you mess with it if you want to. Mess with it if you want to, but be very selective. Even when it comes to how we view other people. So for one of the things that I just do not watch just because I can't, because it's just draining to my spirit, is Real Housewives. Now, shout out to all of my people who watch Real Housewives. If that's your show, if you love to see Nene and them, argue and Candy and all of them fight each other, that's on you. But let me tell you why I can't watch that. I love to uplift women too much to watch these Black women tear each other down. I just can't. It just doesn't serve me anymore. I remember when it first came out, it was good TV watching, right? So I used to be like, oh, let me see what's going to happen. Oh my God, I can't believe she said this. I can't believe she said that. But then it just started to become draining. And it was very much so opposite of what I wanted to see and what I want to be in life. So now we all know that they play a character in front of these cameras, right? But I just can't see myself listening to these women tear each other down, conniving on each other, lying on each other, spilling everybody's business and their guts, just for to make a good TV. It doesn't serve me. So I'm very careful about that. As far as what I listen to, I'm try to pay attention to what you're feeling, especially in the morning. So when I get up and I go to the gym, a lot of times I am not listening to music, and I used to. When I first started the gym, listen, I'd be in that treadmill trapping. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I'm running on the treadmill, I'm walking, I'm thugging, I'm doing all the things with the music in my ear, right? But while I'm doing that, you kind of get your head in this mind space to push it. But here recently, one of the things that I started doing in the gym, I listen to audiobooks now. One, I love to read, but I don't have time to literally sit there and read and flip pages. So it's the perfect time for me to get an audiobook in. And a lot of times when I'm in the gym, I'm listening to an audiobook. And not only am I lifting weights, not only am I running on the treadmill, I'm improving my body, but I'm improving my mind at the same time. And you might be thinking oh man, that's too strict, Rashia. That's too strict. I ain't about to try to do all that. That's okay. You got to do what works for you. I'm just sharing you a few tips that I know have worked for me. And it helps set the tone for the rest of the day. So what you're listening to in your ears, what you're watching with your eyes, you have to be mindful of that, right? Yeah, I am. I'm working on me. You have to be mindful of that because what you put into your spirit eventually comes out. So what goes in eventually comes out. How can I speak positively of my sister when all I'm hearing is negativity on the TV about another Black woman? Right. So that takes me to my last and final point tonight, because I'm not going to hold y'all all night. But my last and final point that I have for you guys is to make sure you speak well of yourself and other people. This is actually one of my tips that I give people when I talk about the 5 habits of healthy self-esteem. And one of them is make sure you speak well of yourself and other people. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. Please do it. Because when you start to speak well of yourself, and you start to really talk to yourself like, you know what, I'm so proud of you today. I love the fact that you got up. I love the fact that you spoke up for yourself in this situation today. You did good. You did great. I love your smile. I love what you're doing. Start to speak well of yourself. So when you start to do that, you can start to speak well of other people. And then that creates a ripple effect. Right. And it starts to sprinkle not only in areas of your life, but then it starts to sprinkle in areas of other people's life. You know how sometimes you might run into somebody in the street, they haven't heard a compliment all day. Honestly, I was in a situation and what was it? I had talked to this lady. I was working at Lowe's and I gave her a compliment and I had talked to her. She was like, you know what? She was living in a senior home and she was like, I really don't get the chance to get out and talk to people at all. But just having this conversation with you made my day. Right. So you just never, ever, ever, ever know the effect that you'll have on somebody when you start to speak well of them. Right. When you start to compliment them. Or if you don't have nothing good to say, don't say it at all. Right. Listen, that is so much easier said than done. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm holier than thou, y'all. That is easier said than done. But when you start to actively work on it, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. So when you start to put all these things together, you start to really do not only a physical detox. Yeah, you can do a physical detox, y'all. You can. But that spiritual detox, God, that's a powerful one. To me, just the mental and the spiritual and that energy, that type of detox, that's more important than your physical detox. That's more important than that, because when you clear up here and when you clear here, oh, you can't be messed with. The physical is naturally going to come after that, because you're going to start to look at yourself like, wait, I deserve more. Hold on, wait a minute. I ain't been treating myself too fairly. I ain't been really giving myself the best that I can give me. Wait a minute now. Hold on, I'm gonna set these boundaries with all these other people, but now I have to set this boundary with myself. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's time for me to take a step back. So that physical is gonna come. But when you start working on that mental, and when you start creating those boundaries and you start cleaning up your space and working on you and working on that overthinking and working on not speaking up for yourself, ooh, life is too short for us to not speak up. Life is too short for us to not take care of ourselves. We have to take care. We are literally spiritual beings. We're spiritual beings. We have a body, yes, but we're spiritual beings. And we have to take care of that. It's so important. Like I said, that physical health, that's gonna come, but start to take care of that mental and that spiritual healing that we need. So that's what I have for you guys. I also posted, and I'm not sure if anybody saw it, because I posted it just like in my stories, but I did create a form for you guys. So what I like to do is I love to give advice. I love to give information, especially when people need it. I don't really care who the person is. I just want to be able to provide the information for you. So if it's something that you're worried about, or if it's something you want to know about, I would love to answer those questions for you. So what I did today, I posted a link and I told people, like, if you have questions that you want me to answer for you, let me know. And I don't care about what your name is, so I don't make people leave their name. They don't have to leave their email or anything. You just drop the question and I'll answer. So I do have a couple of questions that some people left for me. So I'm going to answer them for you. So the first question says, what up, doe? In your health journey, how did you stop cheat day becoming cheat week? So that's a good question. So these questions are kind of geared toward my weight loss journey altogether, and I have no problem answering that question for you. So how did I stop a cheat day from turning into a cheat week? I don't take cheat days. That's really, really what it was. So when it comes to eating right, y'all, when I tell you I literally had to change everything that I did when it comes to eating right, again, it's detox. When I tell you I had to change every single thing, I had to change every single thing about what I was doing. The amount of food that I took in, the type of foods that I took in, that literally had to change. Whether I'm going to drink water or whether I'm going to drink soda, that had to change. Listen to me, I just said soda. Y'all, I've been in Georgia way too long. It's pop. But anyway, whether I drink that or not, I had to change those things. So I stopped taking cheat days, and I will like if I want a bag of chips, I'm just gonna eat a bag of chips. Karina said pop. I'm just gonna eat a bag of chips if I want a bag of chips. That's just simply what it is. If I want a cookie, I'm going to eat a cookie or a couple of cookies, right? But I don't take that and turn it into like a whole day because I know that I'm like on a slippery slope. That's just like this. Think about it like this. Somebody, and let me be a little bit more transparent with you. After surgery, I realized that I had a food addiction. I didn't realize that I had it because I was literally in the middle of having it. So like, you know, when you eat and you be like, oh my God, I just need something sweet, or you ate, you're not hungry, but it just didn't hit the spot. So you're looking for something else to eat. That was me. That was me. So I was addicted to food. I literally, and even 130 pounds lighter, I still fight food addiction to this day. That don't go away. So think about it like a recovering alcoholic, right? So a recovering alcoholic, you're not about to go sit at the bar and just take a little sip of whiskey. You're not going to do that because what that's going to do is send you on a slippery slope. Now, you know, you might have like a mocktail or something like that that might feel like wine, or hell, you might even have one glass of champagne, but you're not going to go and sit in the bar where it's nothing but alcohol around you because you might relapse. So it's kind of like the same thing. I don't necessarily have full out days where I'm just about to cheat the entire day. No, I'm mindful about what I put into my body. I'm more intentional. That's one of the results of having a detox. When you need a detox, you remember how I said it at the beginning, you take in any and everything because you're just hungry and thirsty. So you scratching and grabbing for anything. But when you have done a detox, now you're a little bit more selective about what you put in your body. So at the end of the day, I'm a little bit more selective about what I put in my body. But great question. Thank you for asking. The second question that I have, what are some healthy snacks? I like this question too. So what I snack on now versus what I used to snack on before, it is night and day. So I'll give you an example. When I wanted a snack before, I would just eat whatever was in the house. So a snack could turn into a whole meatloaf sandwich. Like, girl, that ain't a snack, that's a meal. Or, oh, I want some chili cheese fries, or I want a piece of pizza, or like that was a snack to me previously. Now, what a snack looks like to me is a piece of fruit. I keep fruit in my house. I have plums, oranges, bananas, apples. We keep that stuff on deck. I'll also have Baby Bell cheese. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. They're like about this big. They're in the store. They're usually come in like a red wax paper. I love those things. So I keep that in the house. I also keep different selection of deli meat in the house. So I'll snack on that. Pickles. But fruit is my big one. Fruit is really my big one. So that's a nice healthy snack that you can really try to dig into. I really pull in a lot of fruit. Protein is the name of the game. So when I think about if I want a snack, either if it's not a piece of fruit, it's some type of protein. And the reason that I go for protein is because that's what keeps you full. And it kind of helps your body just sustain a little bit better than you would going to get a bag of chips or eating something like a grilled cheese sandwich or something like that. Like that's just all carbs, and carbs don't fill you up. Rena said what type of deli meat. So I have Tyler, are you in the kitchen still? Can you look in the drawer and bring me that deli meat that I just bought, the carved one, the thick one? I'm gonna have Tyler bring it to me right now, guys. So it is I want to say it's made by Oscar Mayer, but I get like the thick carved deli meat because it reminds me of like Thanksgiving. And it's thank you, baby. It's more natural. So to me, well, at least to me it is. So this is one that I snack on, oven roasted turkey. You see how it says carbon board? And I don't know if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can see it real good like this. So the pieces are super thick. So it's more like, thank you, sweetheart. It's more like a like they baked the actual turkey and just kind of carved them a little bit thicker. And you know, I just like those. So they fill me up a little bit better. But yeah, that's what I like to snack on. If I do want something like carbs or something, I just bought a whole bunch of Skinny Pop. Like we go through that in this house. Skinny Pop, peanut butter is another one that we go through in this house a lot. Tyler's in here laughing. But yeah, we go through that a lot in this house. So yeah, those are some of the things that we eat. Guys, if you do want to ask a question, or if you have an anonymous question that you would like to ask me, I am about to drop the link in the comments so you guys can have it. And then on the next Mindset Monday, I will go ahead and answer them for you. So I just dropped that link right there in the comments. And then also another, what was it? Another thing that I did want to share with you guys before I get out of here, because look, I'm rolling on 57 minutes. We almost at an hour. Another thing that I want to share with you guys is this. One, I'm doing like a whole website revamp. I'm really excited. But I have on my website right now gratitude journals. So I know mom has one, and I don't. Why would I start with gratitude journal? Here's one of them. This one is the gratitude for me. So I do have gratitude journals, and they are on my website. I have a gratitude journal for women, and I have another gratitude journal for teen girls. This one that I just particularly could get my hands on right now. This one is a gratitude journal for teen girls, and what it does, each page has a space for them to write what their affirmations are, what they're grateful for, today's accomplishments. And I'm so proud of myself because, and then on this side, you can journal. So what I talk about in the gratitude journal is basically when you express that you have gratitude, it opens the door for you to receive more reasons to have gratitude. So there is power in saying thank you. There is power in showing appreciation, especially to people when you see them. I have a whole story on that, but I said I was about to let y'all go. But no, really, when you express gratitude, oh my God, it goes so far. You never know what can fall in your lap just by saying thank you. Just you know what? I don't have the amount of money that I want right now, but I'm thankful that my lights are on. I'm thankful that my bills are paid. I'm thankful that I just ate a meal right now. Yeah, it might have been ramen noodles, but you ate. Right? So literally being thankful for the things that you have opens the door so you can be thankful for the things that are to come. So yes, I do have gratitude journals on my website. Guys, they are only $20. So if you visit my website, and putting that in the comments is simple. It's just rashianicole.com. If you go ahead and visit my website, you will see it on the home page. All you do is scroll down and then click on it, and you'll be able to get a gratitude journal. I will personally sign it and make sure it's shipped out to you so you can have it and enjoy it. Make sure you not only get one for yourself, but get one for your daughters as well. So guys, I do have gratitude journals. Also, when you're on my website, you are going to see a masterclass class that I'm coming with in January of 2024. I do need to take them down because they are not, I haven't mapped out the rest of what I'm going to add in them, but I will be doing master classes where I will be talking about some of the very things that we talked about tonight, but I'm going more in depth about them. So those are going to start in January 2024, but I just have them out there right now so you can see it. I have had also several people ask me about, Rashia, I need a mentor. I just need this. I have this business idea that I want to run past you. Some people know, some people don't know. I do have a degree in business. I have taught business trainings. I do corporate leadership trainings all the time. I have specialization in customer service and what it can do for your business and creating strong teams. So that is what I can do professionally for you. If you have questions on how to run your business, how to start your nonprofit, I need a mentor and I don't know what to do, I would love for you to be my professional mentor. Those links are on my website as well. And I just realized that I didn't put the www in front of that RashiaNicole.com, so it did not give you all the links. So I am going to go ahead and again drop the full link for my website in the comments, and you guys can go and check it out. Last but finally not least, I will be coming back to you guys next Monday for Mindset Monday. I will be doing this every single Monday at 8 p.m. So guys, again, if you have questions or you want to know something, come kick it with me. We can talk about it. But I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast, and I will see you next week. Bye.